Okay, it's definitely going. Yeah, cool. All right. So we had an idea for a little game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just chilling out, and we like to tease each other every so often about whether it's better to be an Aussie or a Swede, or be from Sweden or from Australia. And I think it's better to be an Australian, and you think it's
I
better to
think
be.
it's better to be a Swede.
Yeah, so we're gonna see who we're gonna see which one's better.
Yeah.
We're gonna settle this once and for all, aren't we? So yeah,
Yep.
so I've proposed that we pick 10 things
Mm.
each that have to be inherently Australian or attributed to Australia, like in a really really strong way, or inherently Swedish and attributed to Sweden in some way. And basically, we pick 10. We haven't put them in order of best to worst. So we don't know, I don't know what your 10 things are. You don't know what my 10 things are. But the rule essentially is that when we say each of our things, there we need to objectively decide together which one's the best, like which is the clear winner. And in the end, I'm gonna win, but yeah, but in the end, we see who wins.
I'll
So
go
yeah,
out as the underdog and
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
yeah, sure, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let's just start off, and I'll keep score here. I definitely haven't given myself already a few points, so
Definitely not.
yeah, definitely not.
No.
But yeah, anyhow, yeah. So let's go with the first one. You can go first with this one, then I'll go, and then I'll go first with the second one, and then you go, and so on. So what's your first
All right.
first thing?
The first thing on my list is Nobel Prize.
Oh, yeah. So this is the thing, like yeah, like it can be essentially anything, like, but yeah, all right.
Well, so whether you like it or not, it's a 120-year-old thing that basically started from one man's will
Yeah.
and the money that he left, and that money is still used today to give out to all these winners for different categories every
Yeah.
single year, and it's been done every single year since 120 years back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, you might not agree with who wins, but it's still a pretty big deal, and it's a very prestigious prize.
Yeah. So I'm just turning the lights back up again. They're annoying that they just decide to turn down when they want. So okay, mine is Wi-Fi. So yeah, we invented Wi-Fi. So
Did you really?
yes, we did.
Yeah.
The CSIRO in Australia invented Wi-Fi. So before you argue, it might have been popularized in the US and so on and so forth, but it was actually like Wi-Fi was invented in Australia. So yeah, this I think is already a really difficult one, and we've got to go through this kind of quick, otherwise it's going to take like half an hour or something. So Wi-Fi versus the Nobel Prize. Who wins?
Well, I'm sure Wi-Fi would have been invented somewhere else if it wasn't in
Bro,
Australia.
would you like to walk around with like a cable coming out of your phone everywhere you go? Like, would you like to have no internet, like wherever you go, basically?
Well, I'm sure it would have been invented eventually.
I think mine is a clear winner here. I'm
You
sure.
have to explain why mine isn't.
Well, because I'm sure someone eventually would have just invented some prize that people that are smart can
How
win.
come there's no other prize like that?
Well, wasn't the guy who invented the Nobel Prize invented dynamite or something?
Yes.
Well, then why didn't you pick dynamite? You would have won for that, but instead you picked the actual thing instead.
You think dynamite's better than Wi-Fi?
Way better. Dynamite would have been a clear winner over Wi-Fi, I'd say. I reckon I won this one.
You can have it,
I
because
reckon I won
on a
this one.
day-to-day basis, Wi-Fi is definitely more useful
Yeah.
than the Nobel Prize.
Yeah. So anyway, one to me here, and yeah, like we're trying to be objective here. We are. So I got to go first now. And my second one is Steve Irwin. So Steve Irwin, as an Australian, easily the world's most famous and likable animal conservationist. I mean, he pretty much popularized taking care of animals, and essentially like spent his entire life and his whole families as still spending their lives basically spreading animal awareness like all over the world. And I would say that pretty much, if you don't know anything about Australia, you at least know who Steve Irwin is. So yeah.
Yep.
So your turn.
Well, my second one is ABBA.
Okay. So this is why this is really fun, because
Yeah.
obviously, like, I picked a person, you picked a band.
Yeah.
So and obviously, like, you could have picked something else completely different, like an invention or something.
Yeah.
So, but now it's actually kind of like it's again, it's pretty even. The first
Yeah.
one was pretty even, and this is also pretty even.
Well, I think ABBA, to be honest, is a lot more well known than Steve Irwin.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I personally don't like ABBA at all.
I know.
But yeah, and you know that I that.
Yeah.
But we can't be subjective here. We have to be objective. And I would definitely say that ABBA has had more of an influence on music as a whole than Steve Irwin has probably had in the world in terms of animal conservation. You can tell us in the comments if you disagree, but I will give you that one. I will give you that one. And I'm not just being like, I'm not just trying to be a pleaser here, but I think that's a good one. So yeah. Right, so you're gonna go first this time now.
Yeah. My third one is Minecraft.
I had no idea. See, I had no idea you would pick that at all. That's a really good pick. Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You don't even need to explain like why you picked
Especially
it.
not to a gamer like
No.
you.
Yeah, and I mean, look, let's be honest. Minecraft is, and at least has been, the world's most popular game. Like when I just moved to Finland, they already had Minecraft in schools to teach people like how to make things and how to build stuff and how to build video games, and it was something that people were using for educational purposes. There's even a library in Minecraft that you can read thousands and thousands of books. Like you can log into a Minecraft server and actually read books that would be otherwise banned in certain countries, because Minecraft as a game isn't banned, but these books and these libraries are banned, which is pretty amazing. Well, I picked Vegemite. So, I mean, look, it has, like, no joke,
Yeah.
it has more vitamins for brain health than basically any other, like, food on earth. So more vitamin B than anything, like more folate, more a whole bunch of different stuffs that are really quite difficult to get in any other food. And it also has one of the most unique tastes on earth, I would say. And me personally, I love it. If you've never tasted Vegemite, I don't know what you're doing in your life, but it's the best. But I think, what was yours again? I actually forgot. I think I should win. No, I did definitely.
Minecraft.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I actually did forget, but
Yeah. Whatever
no,
you
it's
say,
a clear winner. Minecraft is a clear winner. I cannot deny the effect Minecraft has had. I've never liked it. Again, this is so the second thing I'm picking that I don't really like, but we're being objective here. I've never really liked it, but one of its greatest spin-offs, what's it called? Vintage Story, is like what I wished Minecraft was, and that is an amazing game. I love that game. So yeah, so my turn to go first.
Yep.
Platypus. So the platypus, man, literally an egg-laying mammal, one of only 2 egg-laying mammals on Earth. Australia is the only country with both of them, and the other one is an echidna. But in this case, I picked the platypus. And yeah, they are monotremes. They're called monotremes. And the platypus venom is said to be the most painful thing on earth. If you get stabbed by a platypus's spur near its hand, it's said to be so painful. There's a story that a person actually cut his arm off or something to stop being in pain or whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that's true, but it's a very common story that is told here in Australia. So yeah, what's yours?
Mine is Fika.
No chance. Platypus, clear winner. You have to explain what fika is to the people
Well,
there.
it is a unique thing to Sweden in that it's a special word that we have. It's essentially for a kind of break that you take in the day. It could be any day, whether you're working or not. And sometimes you'll have a coffee. You don't have to have one, though. It could just be water and a toast, or it could be a cinnamon roll, or maybe
And that's
you're just
why you
sitting
lose.
down.
Because fikas are so unhealthy. You have a coffee and then you have a cinnamon roll. And it is like, dude.
But it could be a healthy one as well. It could be fruit.
Sure,
Yeah.
but the quintessential fika, if you go to Sweden, is like cinnamon roll and coffee, like package. And again, I'm not putting your fika down, but platypus is a clear winner. And we're
Sure, but to Fika's defense, it's a really good thing in that it makes people take a break and relax and sit
Sure.
down and talk to your colleagues, and it's
sure.
something that's a big part in all the companies.
It
in
is.
Sweden. Like you take
yeah.
a break and you just sit down for a minute and relax.
It's a huge deal. When I was working in near Göteborg, in Kosterhavets, is that how you say it? Kosterhavets, like
yeah.
when I was working there, we had a guy, and he was when I was a marine biologist. When it was fika, if we were in the boat and he was with us, he was like, "Kill the engine." Like, it's fika time, kill the engine. So we'd be going along in the boat, and then I had to kill the engine, and the boat would just come to a stop, and he'd just pull out his food, and he's like, now we take 1 hour, and we do nothing except have fika in this country. And so I will say, it's a good one to pick, but platypus is a clear winner.
All right.
So you got to go first this time.
Well, this one I picked Carl Linnaeus. Maybe you don't even know who it is.
No, I got no
but
idea.
He is the person who created the classification system for all living things that science still uses today.
What's it called?
Carl Linnaeus.
But what's the classification system called?
He named everything. Let me look up.
Pretty sure Adam and Eve named everything, but
Babe, they didn't name the names that we use today.
you mean the scientific names?
Yes. Where's even the internet on
Firefox.
this thing?
Yeah. Pretty sure you're gonna lose this one.
What's yours?
Hard. Well, let's find
Mine's
out.
pretty awesome, but I guess you don't.
Yeah. What's this
understand
classification system without wasting too much time?
it. He made the
Inognus.
modern system of naming organisms. He's known as the father of modern
taxonomy. Oh, taxonomy. Yeah, taxonomy. Okay. All right.
You studied like botany and everything.
Yeah, I know that, but taxonomy is different. All right. Well, sorry, bro.
What's yours?
Penicillin. Penicillin.
No,
Now,
I don't agree.
No, hang on a second. So penicillin, the discovery of penicillin is not Australian, right? Actually making it usable in medicine is an Australian thing. So penicillin was not used in medicine until it was used by Howard Florey, who won the Nobel Prize for it, mind you. So basically it was the birth of biotechnology. From that point. No, seriously, we used it to treat people in World War II. And, penicillin, like the amount of people that would be dead today without penicillin. Like, yeah, sure. A guy in Ireland, I think it was, discovered, he left orange peel or whatever it was, or an orange out. And he realized that the mold in the orange was what destroyed the bacteria or whatever it was that he had in the petri dishes and so on. But we essentially synthesized it to actually make it useful in medicine for the first time ever.
Yeah, I don't think that it's inherently Australian. I'm sorry. Because I didn't even pick Bluetooth, because Bluetooth was invented in Sweden, but it was invented by a Dutch person for a Swedish company, Ericsson. I could have said that's a Swedish one, but it wasn't inherently Swedish, so I didn't pick it.
I just feel like there's some goalpost pleading here, but whatever, sure. But and I would have argued that Bluetooth probably is
Swedish.
Actually, no, I wouldn't have. It was invented by a Dutch person with Dutch citizenship.
Yeah.
But for a Swedish company.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's a Dutch invention. Okay. And I'm quite sure that Holland would agree that that's Dutch invention.
So I would say
I will give you this one. What was it again?
Are you keeping records?
Taxonomy. I am, yeah. Taxonomy.
No, well, Carl Linnaeus, but...
Okay, I thought this would be a lot more one-sided than it has been so far. You're leading by 1. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
You go first.
Bro, you have no chance against this.
We'll see about that one.
We invented the ute. So, yeah. 1933, after a farmer's wife said she needed a car to go to church and to take the pigs to market. Sorry, mate. You have no chance.
You're so losing.
No way. No.
Guess what?
No way.
Linus Anders Celsius. He invented the Celsius scale
No chance, mate.
that we're using every single day all over the world.
No, this is not fair. No way. That's no way. The Ute wins. Like I'm not memeing, man. The Ute wins, dude. Like, how are you ever gonna transport your food anywhere? Like, you drive a Ute daily, 5 days a week, and you can tell me that Celsius wins. How many times a day do I need to check the temperature? I can go a week without checking the temperature.
Well, babe, I've driven a Ute for a year, but I've lived the 27 first year of my life without ever driving one. But I haven't lived the 27 first years of my life without using the Celsius.
Yeah, but that's because you come from garbage Sweden where you need to actually look at the temperature because it's so cold over there and miserable. All right. Okay, I'm
sorry, bro.
I'm gonna say this one is undecided.
All right, we can decide at the end.
Yeah, we can decide at the end.
Yeah.
Celsius, no way, bro. Okay. So you got to go first.
I'd rather use Fahrenheit, I guess.
Fahrenheit, I could vibe with Fahrenheit, mate. I could.
If it means winning this challenge.
Dude, I could vibe with Fahrenheit. Not even kidding. I mean, the imperial system is bad, and Fahrenheit isn't even really the imperial system anyway. But I could vibe with Fahrenheit, and because there is an alternative. What alternative to you is there? That's right. You're gonna
just pick an
SUV,
big car.
SUV, a hatchback.
Maybe you could have a trailer.
Yeah, trailer. If an alternative to Ute is a trailer, the Ute is a clear winner, bro. Anyway, yep. Next one, your turn.
My turn. Well, so mine is lagom.
Bro, you lose. Okay, so explain what lagom means.
It is basically an untranslatable philosophy, but it's basically the perfect amount of anything. But it's not excessive. It's just the right amount.
It's untranslatable, but you just translated it in like 1 second, basically.
I said that to my best ability, but it couldn't be translated perfectly. But it sort of means perfect, but it doesn't really mean perfect. It's more like something that is just enough, but it's not too much and it's not too little. It's just sort of in the middle, the right amount.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, mine for this one is actually Aboriginal culture. So, and again, say what you will about this. Maybe someone would find this annoying or unfair or politically incorrect or whatever for me to add this here on my list. But I personally would say that their art, history, stories, and contribution to Australia and the world are easily some of the most amazing things on earth. And there are more dialects of Aboriginal languages than any other language on earth. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you definitely got this one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so my turn first now. The Great Barrier Reef. So, yeah. World's biggest coral reef with over 9,000 marine species and easily one of the most beautiful things on the planet. One of the most beautiful natural things ever. So what have you got to come up against that?
Volvo.
Volvo. I mean,
to my defense, they invented the 3-point seatbelt, which has saved millions of lives.
Why didn't you pick that?
But I picked Volvo, and they invented it, so it's the same.
The 3-point seatbelt meaning 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
Well, that's one of those things I would argue back at you that someone else would have invented it eventually, or whatever.
Well, I didn't win that one about Wi-Fi.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what to say because the Great Barrier Reef is amazing, but there's also beautiful barrier reefs in other places of the world.
I mean, the Great Barrier Reef, if you compared the second... okay, let me just rephrase this, bro. Yeah. Can you name another reef next to the Great Barrier Reef that is even anywhere on the same caliber, off the top of your head?
Well...
Exactly.
No, because I don't really know much about reefs.
Get out. Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry. I mean, was it the C300 Volvo is one of the coolest Volvos like ever. I think it's the C300. We'll put a picture of it, whatever it was. I'm probably wrong. But there is a specific Volvo, like the quintessential family car Volvo was like the chef's kiss European car back in the day. And mind you, the early Volvos were beasts of a car. Like they were amazing cars, man. You could really beat them, and they still really, really, really performed. So yeah. And that said, Volvo does have probably the best trucks like ever made, next to Cat and there's that other truck company. Oh, I should really know what they are, but I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, we've got to move on because we're at 20 minutes already now.
Yeah.
All right, so your turn to go first.
Avicii.
Yeah, okay. This is one of those ones where I'm like, I never really liked Avicii, but at the same time, he did so many philanthropic things.
And yeah, sorry.
Yeah, please, it's your thing. Go.
And he also, well, he basically defined a generation of electronic music.
True.
Like whether you like him or not,
true.
Like he's pretty iconic.
Yeah. Okay. So I hate to say this, but I'm pretty sure I've still got this one. You've definitely named something that's bloody hard to beat. I mean, again, Avicii is like, whether you love him or you hate him, like you can't deny the fact that the dude was a genius when it came to music, and not saying anything else about his death or anything, but I'm definitely one of the more conspiracy theory dudes on that, to be honest. But anyway, we'll leave that out of this. But mine is the Holden Commodore, or the HSV, the Holden Special Vehicles in general. Now, hang on a second, mate. Hang on a second. Yeah. Any man watching this video, bro, you have a hard choice right now between Avicii and the HSV, like the Holden Commodore. Holden Commodores are recognized around the world as some of the highest performing, all-round, best-looking, inexpensive cars ever made, right? I'm talking V8 engines at an extremely reasonable price point. Like you could get a V8 for like 20 grand, man. I'm talking a car with 500 horsepower for barely anything back in the day, right? With inflation now, obviously they'd be a lot more expensive, but Holden's won the Bathurst 900, or Bathurst 1000, I should say, so many times. Arguably some of the greatest cars ever made. I would say smokes basically any car that America has ever made. Forget Ford, even though they're technically the inventor of the car. Forget the Chevys, forget the rest, man. The Dodge Rams, whatever. Holden made the quintessential best 6-seater car, best family car, best sedan, best anything ever. And seriously, if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, look up on your Firefox right now a 2017 HSV GTS R W1 and tell me that you would not sell everything you have to have that car. So I'll read it out to you again. 2017 HSV, GTS R. It's one thing. GTS R. W1. Tell me that is not one of the best looking cars you've ever seen. Go to images. Tell me that is not one of the nicest cars ever, man.
This is what I'm looking at.
They can Google it themselves. Like they can Google it themselves.
All right, just Google it yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Avicii is still a lot more sort of globally recognized and known. And
sure, I'll give you this one as well.
But
How
you're
do
a
I
very good salesman.
How do I spell Avicii? No, I'm kidding. Of course I know how to spell Avicii. So
Yeah, one eye.
one eye.
I'm just
You're
kidding.
gonna say no way? You're kidding me? There's no bloody way. One eye.
All right, it's your turn to start for the last one.
All right. So Bob Hawke. So now hang on a second. Bob Hawke created Medicare. So, founder of basically the world's first universal healthcare for all citizens, right? And it was the absolute first of its kind universal healthcare for all Australians. He also outlawed gender discrimination in the workplace. So, all you women's, could actually work without being harassed. He pretty much stopped Australia from becoming its own apartheid like South Africa, because we were pretty much following South Africa's example at that point, and he was extremely strong supporter of removing the apartheid in South Africa. I would say that if it wasn't for this guy, South Africa would have had a much worse and much longer apartheid. He also deregulated the banks in Australia. His entire government operated on the basis of arguments, whether something was good or not, and could be argued, similar to like what we're doing, objective, even if you didn't appreciate the idea yourself or didn't like it yourself, instead of authority. And I would say that every government of today is authoritarian now, even unfortunately our government. But he definitely did not have an authoritarian government. And on top of that, basically, we would probably be a third world country if it wasn't for him in many ways. He was the first person to really float the dollar, like the Australian dollar, to something that really traded well overseas. And pretty much started Australia's golden age. He's considered essentially the gold standard of prime ministerial leadership worldwide. I wish we could have cloned the guy and had 10 more of him. So, yeah. So what's your last one?
So he's your prime minister.
He was our 23rd prime minister,
right.
Yeah.
So my last one is Astrid Lindgren. She created Pippi Longstocking.
Oh,
No, you don't.
Weird.
She was one of the fiction's first truly independent female characters, and Astrid Lindgren has been translated into over 100 languages,
Dude,
which makes her about one of the most translated authors ever in the world.
Okay, look, I watched Pippi Longstockings when I was a kid. Didn't really get the understanding. I know today as an adult it was about being adventurous and being wearing clothes and not being a regular kid. It was essentially, am I right?
But that's only one of her stories. She also had Emily Lönneberga, Barnen på Saltkråkan, all of these ones.
I don't know any of these ones, but I don't even know any of these ones though.
But you should.
I mean, back when in the day, I didn't really like Pippi Longstockings. Didn't really get what it was about. I just saw her as a bit of a wild girl, she's just a bit of a crazy chick. And I guess that was the point. She was meant to be this sort of I'm not your pretty princess type of chick or whatever. And this was, I think, during a time where in Sweden, the ideal girl was quiet and blonde and all that sort of stuff. And she was a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was she was living on her own in her own house. And her dad was
playing in the mud and all that sort of stuff and doing the things that girls would normally do. Well, your author versus the guy who literally put Australia in the golden age.
Well, she's more globally known. Medicare doesn't exist in Sweden.
I would say that when it comes to anyone who knows anyone in terms of politics, in terms of leadership, country leadership, you could not be in politics or in country leadership without knowing Bob Hawke. I'm not even kidding. He also had one of the most iconic haircuts and one of the most iconic voices ever.
All right, I'll give it to you.
All right. So, and I will give you, just out of fairness, what was your one for number 6 again? Mine was
Celsius.
I will even give you Celsius. So, now I will count them. So, Wi-Fi was mine. ABBA was yours. Minecraft was yours. Platypus was mine. That's 2 each. Taxonomy was yours. Celsius was yours. Aboriginal culture was mine. Great Barrier Reef was mine. Avicii was yours. Stop that. Avicii was yours, and Bob Hawke was mine. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me, and 5 for you. It's a tie. So there
Should
you
we
All right.
re-argue?
We can
some of them,
re-argue
or-
them real quick because it's already like 30 minutes. So first, what was your one for first?
Nobel Prize.
I'm sorry, Wi-Fi is still a clear winner.
All right.
What was yours for first?
The ABBA was second.
Sorry, yeah, it's ABBA. What was your? Mine was Steve Irwin. I don't know, bro. I still,
No, ABBA still. Minecraft still the winner. Then fourth one was Fika.
yeah, no chance. I'm not giving you that. That's never going to happen.
And then
Platypus.
Linné and Celsius. And then
Hang on. Yeah, and penicillin. I still think penicillin is better than the taxonomy classification.
Yeah, but the argument there was that it's not inherently Australian.
Well, then I choose the Ute is a better invention than Celsius.
No, it's not.
Celsius is just like basic ass. Like, it's just, yeah, sure, man. Like 0 to 100, how hard can it be? Just pick boiling point at 100. And that's not even true boiling anyway.
Well, that's, really
And
smart and
zero isn't
intelligent-
even true zero. There's still true zero. Like,
really smart and intelligent things. They might seem really basic, but
Aboriginal culture's a clear win. Great Barrier Reef's a clear win. And then you did what? Avicii versus the Holden Commodore. I still think the Holden. I still think any man who's a real man would want a 2017 HSV GTSR.
whatever. Let's call it a tie then. That's fair.
It's a tie. What was your last one again?
Astrid Lindgren.
No chance.
I should have put the Swedish Empire on the last one.
You would have lost to Bob Hawke. Then you would have lost to Bob Hawke. Like, your Swedish Empire would have lost to our best prime minister. So
No,
I don't even know what to
I
say.
don't think so.
It's a tie. I don't know how this is possible. Definitely did not orchestrate this at all.
No,
So yeah, but
so we both win.
no, you just okay.
We'll stay
In a
in the same house.
tiebreaker, Aussies play dirty. We win the tiebreakers. But no.
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
I hope you enjoyed this stupid video.
let us know if you think this is good.
Yeah, jeez.
See ya.
See ya.